Oh man, that tee's hitting good. Holy crap. Oh my god. Whoo shoo. First MX bike stream of 2022. Good God Almighty, what's Spency Boy doing? I don't know. Alright. Let's do a little testing. You know, Spency Boy need a little testing. Let's see. Let's get on a little bit of that aerial. Let me make sure I'm saying that right here. I thought that was some dude's name for like the longest time. That's why I was saying it that way. What's up, boy? But it's like aerial, like you're doing a aerial movement in the air, right? What up, boys? I see you in chat. Let's get on some. Let's mob a little on this Oakland track, boys. Yo, shout out to Isaac Lucas, the dudeski out here. Been a member a long time. Appreciate you, buddy. I may throw up a little multiplayer server here in a minute. Just got to get a little warmed up in the game. I want to ride a little bit on this track and then a little bit on that Redbud 2000. Yeah, I mean, for what that first aerial Anaheim 1 track was, dude, you really can't be mad at the Oakland aerial track. You really can't be mad. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, there's still room for improvement, but like, dudes, I mean, the improvement that they did make from that first track, pretty big dog status. I do have a little bit of ruttage going on here. We'll see if I can get my shit together. Ooh, Spency Boy sliding down, woo! For some reason on MX bikes, it always takes me a minute to kind of get everything down again. That's what happens anytime you're playing a game like this and you don't play it like every day. You know, it always takes you a minute to get back into it. It's that same way on Sim. It's that same way on all of it. All right, let me try to run a couple laps here. Got to get in that flow, baby. Got to get in that flow, baby. This triple right here pretty scary, not going to lie. She pretty scary, boy. I've learned to just go on and off of that table instead of all the way over that table. That's a little more like it on that section. This triple right here is fucking big hossing. I'm so glad they put that triple in that distanced right there, because that really pulls this entire track together, in my opinion. With how distanced that triple was and how big these two jumps are going across the start straight. Those two sections in particular really brought this track together, in my opinion. If it didn't have those two sections, I don't think it would have been quite as good. And we do have the new San Diego password coming out in like 3 hours from now. I'm planning on doing a stream on that tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, you can see me still kind of tiptoeing in my Jordans in this game. I'm not like just demortally flowing around the track. Like, I can get around it, but I'm not, you know, I don't have it where it's like you kind of start learning it like it's secondhand nature and then you don't even think about it anymore. I'm definitely not to that level yet here on MX bikes, for show. I'm more so in I still have to think quite a bit when I'm playing it, you know what I mean? Especially on 60 FPS. That's a bit of a bitch when I'm streaming. I have to play this game on 60 FPS instead of 140, so that's a little tough. That's a little tough on the Spency Boy. I'll tell you what, man, you get on a game like this or MX Sim, and that frame rate is critical, especially going over like 60, you know? If you ever go over 60, it's hard to go back, man. Very hard to go back. All right, let me take a look at chat here just a second. Oh, hell no, I ain't racing the aerial race today. Hell no. No, big dog. I'm talking about I have to run 60 FPS because I'm streaming off of one PC, you know? And with my recording software, it can only record 60 FPS. So if there's no other way for me to like duplicate display, playing it at 144 while it's recording at 60. Like when I'm not recording, I can play this game in 144. You know what I'm saying? It's not a settings problem. It's I need another PC. You know what I mean, Doug? I need another PC to be live streaming the game while I'm playing it over here in 144. But another PC to be over there streaming it in 60. You know what I'm saying? And you can do that with like shadow play and shit like that, but I've just got so much of my recording stuff already set up on the way I have it, so a little confusing, but one day we'll get it where I can play this game in 140 but still be streaming it in 60. Right? We'll get it there. Baby steps, bro. You gotta have them baby steps, bro. But yeah, how's y'all's day today, boys? Kind of fun just sitting here cruising on MX bikes, man. That's one thing that has allowed me to enjoy this game a lot more, is not taking it as serious. You know what I mean? Not worrying about my fucking lap time every lap I go around a track. Just playing the game, dude. That's what has given me the most enjoyment out of MX bikes, personally. Because, see, with MX Simulator, I got so deep into that game so quick that then all that expectation level starts to hit you, right? Because then you got to prove that you're this guy, and you got to prove that you're that guy, and all that shit, and it kills the fun of it very quickly. Very quickly. We got to hit that triple in there. Yeah. But yeah, anytime you're trying to stream off of the same PC that you're playing on, it's going to hurt the performance while you're playing the game. You know what I mean? So that's a bit of the issue I'm running into here. These whoops are kind of funny how just gliding over them like that, you actually got to go pretty slow to hit every whoop. Kind of funny. Oh, there we go. There's that triple. See, I think that little section right there could have been extended just a little. Just a little bit. Damn, baby, all I need is a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Oh. What's up, TKO Smokey? The big dog. I bet you ready for that new San Diego track, dude. I'm kind of excited, dude. No, the reason why I'm not racing is because I've not even played this game enough to even want to race or try to race or anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's still fun for me to just come in here and single player and fart around on a track, you know? That's how still of the early processes of learning the game that I really am. It's still fun just fucking around in single player, you know what I mean? Password for San Diego comes out in 3 hours. I'm planning on doing another stream on that tomorrow, so we'll take a little gander at that tomorrow, brother. Curious to see how similar it is to this track, or if it's going to be more similar to the Anaheim 1. That's, not going to lie, I'm a little concerned about that. I hope it's a lot more like this track than it is the Anaheim 1, to be honest with you, bruh. But one thing that worries me a little bit is I think the only reason this track had as big of jumps jumping across the start straight was simply because of it kind of had to be with how wide the start straight was. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of thinking that was just done because it had to. Them jumps were made that big on this track because they had to be made that big. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if Home Dog Stone Rider really purposely made those jumps that big, or if he just made them that big to jump back across the start straight. If that's the only real reason that they were that big. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm a little concerned about that particular aspect. But we'll see what happens. This rhythm right through here is pretty cool. I've kind of learned to... let's see if I can get this triple in. Oh, what the fuck I'm doing. There we go. Just takes a little bit. See, that's all it takes right there to get a triple in skill gapped, where you have to actually, see, this triple in over here feels like you have to huck the bike. It's not one of those where you can just be lollygagging on the gas, you know, farting around and still hit the triple in. Like, it feels like you literally have to either be perfect with your throttle or you have to seat bounce it. You know what I'm saying? More like Oakland? Okay, thank God. Thank God. What's up, Caden? What's up, big dog? Oh, there's a preview for it? Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. Might have to take a look at that. Might have to take a look at that. Yeah, I still feel like the tracks could be a little bit wider. Not a lot wider, but certainly a little bit wider. You know what I mean? I think there's still a little bit down that one-to-one type-y feel, but I just couldn't complain too much about this track because it was so much better than the Anaheim 1 track. You know what I'm saying? It gets to that point where you can't really complain when they make such a good improvement from the first to the second round, right? Whoo! Man, them jumps, those were fun the first couple laps on this track. Those 2 jumps jumping across the start straight. Damn, boy. Those were fun. It was like, finally, there's a jump where I feel like I have to really be on the throttle to hit it, you know? Those whoops right there are pretty cool, but I think they could have been peaked up a little bit more. Just a little more perkiness to them. It would have made them a little bit more challenging. This triple right here is pretty good. I mean, if you come up short on any of that, you're going to get jacked. So that's kind of cool. All right. I mean, you got to be cruising around this corner, and you can't be sliding. That's the thing in that corner right there. You cannot be sliding. I'm starting to get a rut vibe built there. It's making it a little more tricky hitting that. So much fun hitting these peaked out jumps and letting your front end get real high, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of fun in this game. It's kind of fun because you feel like, especially with the not locked to the bike shit, feels like you're like looking up over the front fender, you know? Kind of fun. What's up, boys? Just tuning in. Spency boy just out here kind of goofing off a little bit. It's kind of fun. But yeah, I ain't even started to really like carry speed through the corners or, you know, I'm just worried about getting across the obstacles and at my current skill level. I ain't really like really gassing it in the corners, you know. See, and you can cut that corner even sharper. That would be the fastest way right there to like hit this triple, but then angle it real tight right here and still jump on and off that table right there. That would be the hot line there, faux show. But you can go triple over that table as well, which is kind of cool. I do believe there's a quad somewhere along in here too, but I'm way too scared to try to hit that. Not even gonna lie to you, bruh. All right, let me try to reset this deformation here right quick, ski. I think it's causing a little bit of lag here. All right. What's up, boys? Just tuning in. We may crank up a little multiplayer, little shit show server here in a minute, so stay tuned. Yeah, all of the super chats and the memberships. We got the memberships popping back off for the channel. All that stuff is really going to help me progress towards getting another PC so I can really start playing this game like I want to while I'm streaming it. That's my next big purchase I'm looking for right now. Damn, only caught out here before I could even get the words out of my mouth, dude. Only caught with a $2 super chat. He says, "What's up, Spency boy? What's up, big dog?" This track's just fun, man. I mean, I could run, and see, that's the thing. You know, to the naked eye, you probably can't tell much of, like, somebody that doesn't really understand these games, doesn't really know this game, they wouldn't really be able to tell much of a difference between that Anaheim 1 and this track right here, just from a visual sense. But when it comes to a gameplay sense and a skill gap sense, it's like two completely different planets. You know what I mean? This track right here is 5 times the skill gap of that Anaheim 1 track. 5 times. But yet it was created that way just from doing really minor things, you know, minor changes to it to achieve that. But yet you think 5 times the skill gap, that's pretty extreme. That's a whole different track. You know what I'm saying? Damn, dog. Isaac Luke is out here, the big dog. Fucking damn, dude. Hit me with the $4.99 super chat saying, get that PC, keep up the grind. Damn it, dog. Now I gotta do it. Holy shit. Dude's already a member, still shooting the super chats to the Spency boy. Damn, dog. I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, it'll allow me to do stuff when I get that other PC. It'll allow me to basically play any game I want to on any setting that I want to, but still be streaming it and not have anywhere near as much lag. That's what having another PC does for you. You gotta be careful not over jump that second triple right there. I like that balance of the way he designed this section right here, where it's like you gotta be like 69% on the throttle, so you don't want to come up short, but then you don't want to over jump. You know what I'm saying? Got a cool little balance to that rhythm. And even these jumps right here, I mean, they can be fun trying to lean forward and backwards on. Getting a bit of a vibe there. I probably put a total of like maybe 50 laps on this track. So we're definitely not weighing in that range of like, you know, what the pros would have put down. It's crazy the amount of laps you'll put on a track when you're pro racing on something. Like, you don't even realize it, but you're running a good 300 laps in one night on a track, typically, when you're pro racing on it. That's how it was on MX Sim. I mean, you would literally run like 300 laps in a night between qualifying and you know, practicing on it in between heat races, and then the heat races, and then the main event, and riding on it a little after the race, you know, all that shit. All that comes together, right? Then you wake up and you're like, damn, I rode 300 laps on that track. This is the Oakland, Aerial Oakland Round 2, big dog. But yeah, typically I play these kind of games, like this game and MX Sim. I play these in 2K on 144 FPS. But when I'm streaming, I have to go back to fucking 1080 and 60 with the way I've got everything set up. So it's kind of a different way, a very different way of playing the game. I've kind of had to get used to that. But like I say, one day we'll get it where I can really mob on it. If my particular, say I use the Elgato because it's really easy to swap over and record off of like consoles and stuff like that. No, them whoops, dog. Man, I wish you'd get a little more speed going into those whoops. That'd be cool. That'd make them a little more fun for sure. These, you can get a decent speed going through them, especially if you rail that corner beforehand. I think I need to go inside in this sand. I'm probably being stupid going way out there. Boys, go check out TKO Smokey's YouTube channel. He's a big dog. Go check him out. And I think all you got to do is click on his fucking name down in chat. He's been a dudeski. He supports me. Super donator, all that shit. Go check him out. All right, Smithy boy. You can kind of get yourself in a lull on this track and you're forgetting to hit the bigger lines. That can happen to you pretty quick, ski. Like, you got to be on that gas, brother, to hit these bigger jump across these two jumps right here were fucking awesome. I love everything about them. Like, they actually scare me a little bit, you know? When I'm going up to them, like, damn, dog. Gives you that feeling like in real life when you're wide-ass open on a bike all the way from the corner to the jump face and you're just hoping that you don't spin the bike out a little bit, you know? All the way up dude, there was a fucking jump I was hitting in real life on my 250 like 6 years ago. Oh, man, it was like this triple out of a corner that nobody was hitting other than like fucking 450 pro dudes in real life. Oh, my God. I had my 250 fucking... I mean, bruh. You know you're hitting a jump hard when you hit it wide open in real life, but it's still fucking brrrah the whole way through the air because you don't want to let off at all, dude. I've had a couple of those moments in real life back when I actually rode quite a bit. Oh, shit. And that'll happen to you if you... See, the good thing about this track right here is it feels like if you mess up on something, you're really fucked for like the next rhythm or the next obstacle. So it's got this feeling where you got to flow the whole track together. You know what I mean? That's how a Supercross track is supposed to feel. Like you can kind of, if you don't hit the one, it's hard to even get going on it unless you're hitting everything fast. You know, so then it kind of forces you to go faster. And if you mess up on something, it's like you got to roll, almost like you got to roll that section and then get back to the next section before you can get your speed going again. That's how a Supercross track is supposed to be. You know what I mean? If a Supercross track is to the point where you can crash on something or you can fuck up on something and still keep your momentum and still go just as fast, that's when you know it ain't really vibing. You know what I mean? Ain't really like it should be. But this track's got that feeling where if you mess up on something, you really got to reset yourself on the track, you know, to get back going again. Boys, I appreciate those 2 super chats. Damn, dogs. I appreciate that. Fancy boy just kind of running laps out here. Just getting the seat time in today, boys. We're just getting a little seat time in today. There we go. Yeah, dude, ask. How are you so much better at sim than bikes when bikes is easier? Well, it may be the case of, I've put literally 100 times more time, probably 1,000 times more time into MX Simulator than I have MX bikes. Just, just a little thing like that, you know. That's probably the reason, you know. All right, let's reset that. No, I'm not racing this fucking pro shit today. But I will do a live stream on that track tomorrow. San Diego, bro. But yeah, it's pretty unbelievable the difference of the hours that I've put on sim versus this game. I mean, it ain't even close. It ain't even close. And that makes such a big difference in these games because they're all about your muscle memory. So, you know, if you don't play it consistently, you're going to be at a pretty massive disadvantage just from not having that muscle memory aspect of it. It's such an important thing in these games. Your muscle memory is way more important than your setup or your shit like that. That muscle memory, dude, it takes you very far in these games. You know what I mean? You know, I don't want to totally take that option off of the table of pro racing in this game one day. I mean, I think it would be fun, but once you start entering into that world, there ain't no turning back. So you got to be real careful, you know, because then you're really going to get judged on how fast you're going and all that bullshit. So, you know, you got to be, I would have to really sit down and prepare myself for it if I was ever going to do it. You know, I'd have to sit down for like a month straight playing this game every day for a month straight. That's about the range that's about what I'd have to do before I'd even step into that sort of arena. You know what I mean? But I've just tried to have fun with it, man. I've already been down that road of taking one of these fucking simulators way too seriously. I've done it, and I've seen what happens when you do that. And so I'm trying to be careful to not do that same thing on MX bikes, you know what I mean? Because it will take a certain amount of the fun out of it when you do that. Damn, I love this triple right here. That triple in is fucking awesome, dude. Love it. And you got to time that out right there quite a bit. Yeah, we might throw up an online server here in a minute. I'm just trying to get myself warmed back up here a little bit. Yeah, see right here in this corner, I really wish there was, it allowed you to hit these whoops a little faster. Like, maybe if that, I don't know, maybe if that berm was just extended just a little bit. Because it seems like a lot of times you carry your speed around this corner, but then you end up running right into this tough block right here. This one on the right. You notice how that tough block is actually further, let me see if I can show it here. And it's like a game of fucking inches right here, what I'm talking about. But you see how that whoop right there on the, see how much further over it is than the tough block in the corner? That tough block right on that first whoop, so much further to the left it is than this tough block right here to my right. That's what makes me feel weird in that corner right there. You know, it's just like a couple little things like that. I feel like if they could really get that dialed in, it would make these tracks a lot more flowy. You know what I mean? You got to have a certain amount of flow to a track. And see, those whoops right there, even though they're small-ish, they can catch you off guard because you can go so fast into them out of that 180 corner. You know, they can still catch you off guard a little bit, right? And that's really how it should be. I've not been jumping over that table any here, so it definitely makes that rhythm a lot easier when you don't jump over the table. This right here, there's got to be a quad fatty in that rhythm. I keep trying to think about hitting it, but Smitty boy a little scared. Smitty boy a little scared on his YZ OE. I don't even have the newest OEM pack for this game, by the way. This is like the one they had before the newest one, so. But I like this YZ, dude. This OEM pack YZ. It's got a little vibe to it, bruh. Oh, shit. There we go. Dude says I sound like Ronnie Mac. Damn, best compliment I've ever had in my life, dude. Okay, let's go back. I want to run a couple on the red bud real quick. The bud that's red, you know what I'm saying? We got to run a couple on her. Yeah, I would have to download that new OEM pack before I can run a multiplayer server, right? Pretty sure that's how that works. That kind of sucks. Yeah, that's another thing. I'm trying to get my own personal server in this game. I know I've been saying that a little bit, but we will get that going here. That way it'll prevent a little bit of lag on my end. Oh, the Spency boy. I was really wanting to see what that deformation did on this track. Well, kind of curious of that. I already got it. Let me reset it here so we can kind of start from scratch. All right, let me see here. Yeah, we'll reset that, okay. Boy, it's kind of fun popping a wheelie, no squilly, wet willy Wednesday right here, dude. Kind of fun. I heard the deformation on this shit gets pretty nasty, bro. I'd like to see it. Isn't it funny how I don't really have a problem with the fucking deformation on MX bikes? Isn't that funny? And all these idiots on MX Sim have this idea that I just don't want a terrain deformation. Spencer can't handle it, right? And it cracks me up because I've never even complained about it once on MX bikes. Not even once. Because it's actually decent in this game. That's the difference. And it was in this game from day one, right? So you're not really splitting the community when you have a deformation in this game because it's been there since day one. You know, everybody's kind of gotten used to it. It's just the way the game, it fits into this game better than it does MX Sim to me. Oh, there we go. All right, let me try to flow a little here. I keep looking at chat. Let me try to flow a little. Starting to get my leaning forward vibe down a little in this game. It's kind of fun. There we go. Fancy boy. Whoa, brother. You opening up that T-valve a little too much there, buddy boy. Hello. Okay. All right. Oh, my God. You can see it. You can see it happening right now, dude. Oh, my shits. I'm fucking going, dude. Woo-hoo. You gotta love the little excitement when I actually carry a little bit of speed in this game. Wow, spitty boy. Whoa, dude. I about rode a wheelie all the way. Oh, man. That's fun. That is fun, boy. We're starting to get that lean forward angle down in this game, you know what I mean? That changes the bike a lot in the corners when you lean forward a bunch. Changes it a lot. Oh, but you can definitely overdo it. All right, well, let's try to get on one here. Well, I'm already on one, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. All right. We just fourth tapped. Tapped, bro. Always over jumping this right here. Whoo, shoo. Oh, you can carry a lot right into that, but then it fucks you there. I'm trying to find a couple of faster ways to hit that right there. This is just a speed carrying track like a motherfucker, though. Got to carry a shitload of speed on this, and this will teach you how to carry some speed. That's for no. Whoo! There we go, baby. That's what this fancy boy's looking for. Whoo! Shoo! That was quick. That was quick. That's cool when you get the bike doing that right there. We just gliding in them cornered, baby. We just gliding in them cornered, baby. Whoa, there we go. The leaning back on MX bikes kind of feels like you're leaning back on Unleashed. It allows you to do crazy ass shit in this game that you can't really do otherwise. I mean, that's what it reminds me of, leaning back. It's like, you know, when you really get to leaning on that back seat on Unleashed, that's kind of what it feels like in this game. That's why you see a lot of the like record lap times and shit in this game. They're fucking leaning back, you know, doing crazy ass shit, leaning way back on the bike. Very reminiscent to Unleashed, the leaning back part of this game. I've just been farting around a little with the little bit of leaning forward action. What's up, boys? Just tuning in, boys. All right, let's try to carry a little more speed out of this bitch. See, you'd think fourth gear wide open would feel a little bit faster in this game. That's the thing I'm having a hard time understanding about it. I mean, it is just not, it doesn't feel like you're going very fast. You're fucking fourth gear. You know what I mean? I mean, I can get it going a little bit, but you definitely get into a coasting feel in this game sometimes. Even when you're wide open down a straightaway, it kind of feels a little coasty. You know what I mean? But when you really get to gassing it through the corners, that's where she gets that feeling a little bit, that speed feeling. All right, Spency boy, let's see what you got, bub. Woo! There we go. So I'm right at that level where I can really start pushing it speed-wise, but I'm going to crash quite a bit trying to learn that limit, you know what I mean? But I'm just now getting to that point where I can really start getting on that throttle way earlier in these corners. You can jump over almost all of that roughness right there. I think inside here is probably the goat line. Probably so. Still ain't quite figured out my vibe through that little section, but whoa. Oh shit. I don't know if I can hit Larocco's now. Let's see if we can do it. Yeah, Spency boy with the boner air. Hell yeah, Doug. Woo! Easy there, front end. Front end getting a little skatey on me, dude. She's trying to skate on me, bruh. But yeah, it's just like this right here, you know? You got to play the game more, dude. That's my problem with this game. I have not had enough seat time. And that is the one and main problem that I have with this game. Just don't have enough seat time into it. Man, I'm fourth tapped all the way around that shit. Like, you would think being fourth tapped would feel a little bit more extreme than that. At least personally, I would feel that way. So you can really carry it. See, I got to figure out how to cut that corner. Let me go over there and look at it a little bit. I want to figure out how to cut this corner without hitting that rut, but still hit the jump, right? So I'm like hauling ass so much that I jump out of this rut, but then hit like right off of this right side and still carry all that speed to go like right here, but then bank off of this berm, outside berm here. Couple little spots right there, you can probably get that going pretty fucking fast. I ain't really took the outside there. I see why. It sucks ass. Holy shit. So you get kind of a different learning element of the game when you really start pushing that bike in the corners and you really start, you know, moving on it. You start kind of seeing a different deal out of the bike. I'm gonna go outside here. I gotta get on those brakes, baby. Whoo, shoo. Mitzi boy barely on the brakes enough for that. This is cool track right here, though, dude. You could definitely separate yourself on this and a little bit for sure. Oh shit, I'm in fourth gear. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. That's good enough to hit Larocco's on this. That's plenty good enough, bruh. Alright, let's try to fucking actually get on the gas. That would be cool. Be kind of fun. So you can really start... See that right there? You can kind of really start pushing it every little spot. Interesting first little corner right there. Kind of feels like you're going to be able to push it more into it than you really can. Let me go outside here. It's going to be a little tricky banking the bike into that. All right, let's try to do like what I was saying on that lap before. Let me see if I can do it. It's going to be tricky. Fuck. Kind of like that right there, you know what I mean? Then banking into this right here. Because see, when you hit that rut, it kind of slows you down a little bit. It kind of stops you a little bit. All right, let me look at chat. Supposed to ride a two-stroke here? Yeah, I could see that. Still works pretty good on the faux fatty. Boy, this track, these two tracks, this one and the Oakland track, I can run laps on this shit, you know what I mean? There's a lot of MX bikes tracks I just feel like they're just not fun enough to sit there and run laps on. Do you know what I mean? There's an outside right here as well. But this right here is just fun to run laps on. There ain't a whole lot else to it than that, you know what I mean? Like, and it's so crazy, it's not that big of a difference between the tracks that aren't very fun and the ones that are really fun, but the amount of potential replayability on them is just so much higher when they have just a couple of those little things better. Oh, there's a little bit of pre-made ruttage right there. The first time I took that outside. Oh, damn, Switzy boy, popping off. See that little pre-made? You be careful right there. YSN the Dudesky, what's up, big dog? I love how he didn't sissyify these jumps on this track. Because a lot of times when they go in there, especially when they're making a retro track, they'll sissyify the jumps, then you barely come off the ground, then they're boring as fuck. That's not what Home Dog did on this track. I feel like these jumps are great for this kind of track. You know what I mean? It's just big enough where you gotta get on the gas up to the Larocco's. Spency boy tossing it and saucing it. T sipping it and ripping it. Oh my god. Then you can always play that game of how far inside can you go. You know what I mean? Kind of got that little element to it. Oh, a little leg swag, Spency boy. Oh god. Alright, let's try to start carrying that speed through these corners. I ain't letting off. Fuck! Whoo! Shoo! Okay. So, dude, I want to hit that corner, never letting off. Fourth gear tapped. Hang on, hang on. Oh my god, I could make some 125 wide open videos in this game if I ever gave a fuck about it. Alright, we're going fourth tapped all the way through this fucking corner. Can I do it? Shit! We're gonna have to, it's going to have to be perfect turning right there. Perfect turning right there. Are these collidable? No, thank God. Whoever the fuck makes these things collidable around the whole track, middle fingers up to you, bruh. Because when I wreck off the track, I can't get back on it. Obviously, other than doing a full reset, but it's a little frustrating when you get on those tracks where you can't get back on them because there's like this collidable fence all the way around the track. It's good that this track is not like that, you know what I mean? Because then you can sit here and do shit like this where you go back and hit the same section over and over and over. Alright, come on, Spence. Come on, Spence. There we go. That's fourth tap, never letting off right there. That's fourth tapped, 100% throttle around the whole corner. That's what that was right there. See, if I feel like if I shift to fifth, it's just not going to pull anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't see how I could hit that corner any faster. Other than getting a little more speed, like, beforehand, you know what I mean? But, like, that's wide ass, dude. Oh, that's flowing, brother. That's flowing, brother. Damn, that's tough to hit that jump on that far right. Whoo! Shoo! Tough. It's weird carrying so much speed that you pop out of the rut. You know what I mean? But if you try to grab that rut, you're gonna have to slow down. You can set a marker and respawn on it. Damn, dude. I didn't even know that. That's kind of big dog. That's kind of big dog status. A little bit big dog status. Yeah, but in between tonight and tomorrow, I will go download that new San Diego track and get the new OEM pack. And then we'll try to do some multiplayer on it tomorrow. See, that corner right there, I feel like it's just better to just cut it way inside, super cut it. This one, I feel like you flow better going outside to inside here. Just fourth gear tapped out, dude. Fourth gear tapped out, brother. Woo, a little bit of deformation, Spency boy. See how saucy. Shit, I always pull that fucking wheelie up going up to it. Damn, dude. Yeah, I haven't really fucked with, like, actually changing the deformation level in the game. I haven't really done that. Yeah, when it comes to MX Sim and MX Bikes, I don't think either one of them is quote-unquote better than the other. I just think they're different games. You know what I'm saying? That's really the conclusion I've come to between the games. They're just different. You can't... Very hard to compare when they're that different. See if I can go fourth taft again right here. Ooh, it's kind of scary. Oh my God, brothers. Then you got to really cut that corner in to still carry all that speed around. Damn. There's some kind of... I thought that was a super inside rut, but I think that was just the ground decal there. There we go. Now we're going somewhere, boys. Holy shit. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, dude? It's that seat time does some crazy shit in these games, man. Alright, let's get back on a little soupy here, dude. I want to go to a little soupy. Yeah, fuck, dude. I keep wheelie. Gotta hit that wheelie. Dude, I don't know why anybody would ever go back and play that Anaheim 1 track. Like, with how good Oakland is, you should always go play Oakland instead of Anaheim 1. Just saying. It's unbelievable how much better that Oakland track is than the Anaheim 1 track. Oh my God. I mean, they're not even on the same stratosphere. It's actually crazy at how much better the Oakland is. And I knew it right away. I knew it right away. You can tell that shit right away. I swear to God, I knew this track was 5 times better than that Anaheim 1. First lap on it. First lap on it, I knew that. you know? It's like kind of crazy, but that's when you've been around this shit as long as I have, you get this like keen eye for this shit, and you just know when something is a certain way or not a certain way, or skill gapped enough or not skill gapped enough or whatever. When you've seen so many different track designs and you've also built so many different track designs over the years, you get this kind of keen eye for the shit, you know? You can, if you over jump that first table, you can definitely fuck up that, even hitting the smaller line there. Fancy boy getting saucy. All right, let's see if I can flow on this track a little. Always fun trying to whip on those big ass jumps across the start straight. That's always a good time. See if I can do it right here. Oh, shit. Yeah, I just feel like that corner does not allow... This is probably the worst corner on this track, I'm going to be honest with you. This one right here is the one that's just like, damn it, dude. It could have allowed you to flow so much more speed around that corner had it been built a little bit better. Like, damn, that was a missed opportunity right there. And then these whoops would have been fucking way better because you would have been able to hit them like 5 times as fast. When you can hit a whoop section faster, what that does is it makes it to where you have to play that game of like, okay, I'm going to skim over and get my front wheel completely over some of these whoops. Never even hit the front wheel on some of them from how fast you can go on them. But when you get them where they're that, you're going that slow into them, it gets that feeling of like you're just going to hit your front wheel on every whoop. You know, basically. That's pretty much what that section turned into right there. Right? That whoop section. Boy, that... Tell you what, bruh. That triple right there still challenges me. Still challenges me, bruh. Be careful not to hit that outside tough block right there, because you're always trying to cut that corner, like going way outside and then cutting inside there. Yeah, I mean, dude, they're getting so much closer with these track designs, though. Like, oh my God. It ain't even funny how much closer they're getting. Like, if they make the same amount of improvement that they did from the Anaheim one to this track, going from this track to San Diego, it would be a literally perfect track. But I don't think they're going to do that. Yeah, I don't think San Diego is going to be that good in this game. I think it's going to take Stone Rider like another 4 or 5 rounds before we really see that potentially like what I would call like perfect track. I think it's going to take a little bit longer than that. That Anaheim one was so bad in this game that it wasn't that hard to make. I don't feel like it was that crazy hard to make something that was better. You know what I mean? Because of how bad it really was. All right, let me quit jabbing here so I can run some laps. I was jumping over that table, but that seems to be a little more complex doing it that way. And it's got me in a different rhythm. That's what it fucking is. That's why that triple's being a little bit of a bitch to me. Because let me show you the line I was hitting over here. Let me see if I can do it here. And you gotta, to hit this line, you gotta carry a little bit of speed. I guess right here. Gotta really be able to hit that mid jump, but then it sets you up to land down in this with a little more speed. Then you can flow around here with a little more speed. See, there we go. That's why I was struggling so much on that triple out of that corner. Because I was bouncing off of that table into the corner versus jumping in. Damn, dude, that sets you up so much better for that triple out of that next corner. Whoo! But you got to be a little more on the beans right here to get up over that table. You know what I mean? But holy shit, that sets you up so much better right here. See how much more speed I can carry? I kind of hit the tough block a little there, but you can carry so much more around there. You could probably go way inside here and still hit this. That would be a challenge and a half. That would be a pro line. Yeah, I mean, the faster you go on MX Sim or MX bikes, the better it's going to feel. That's just kind of the way these games are. They can be pretty trash when you first start on that physics system. Can I hit a fucking quad here? That'd be tough. Those transitions make that pretty damn tough to hit a quad there. Oh, I've got to get my braking a little better in this game. I've got it right on that point where if I really hit the brakes hard, it'll lock up, you know. I've got it right on that, but I can still get on it quite a bit. Yeah, I'm on a faux fatty here, dog. This is the YZ450 from the not the newest OEM pack, but the one before that one. Some dude commented on one of my videos and said something about some tire traction mod or some shit. He thought I was running some like extra traction in the game. I was like, bruh, I don't even know about extra traction tire shit. This is the default YZ450 from that OEM pack. I don't know anything about like an extra traction thing to this game. So you can sauce up that finish line and then go way inside, bruh. Dude, I think that's faster, jumping over that table. It's a little more complicated, but I think it's faster because it fucking sets you up for this triple out of this corner. So much better. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the pros were hitting in the 450 class right there, but I certainly would have been jumping over that table on the first part of that rhythm. For show, bro. MX Bikes definitely has an interesting feel to it. I've got my setting shit where it's a little bit like quicker leaning forward and back and left and right. So interesting to see that in this game, how that feels when you really start to lean. Fucking hell, you know what I mean? It'll change the whole fucking thing like that. That looked pretty crazy right there, that corner to the finish. But if I could ride the whole track like that right there, I'd be moving. You know what I mean? It's a little tricky hitting that corner in third. I need to be in second around that. They go on the table. Yeah, I mean, I guess on the table makes you a little faster out of that first rhythm right there. Right? Because if you went way inside in this corner, you know, it just wouldn't be feasible jumping over the table, but you're cutting off that corner, so you're saving a little bit of time right there. But having to bounce off of that table into this corner makes it to where you're not landing and carrying all that speed, you know? So it actually makes this triple out of this corner a little bit more complicated doing it that way, but see how fun a track is when they actually make it like a pro track? Isn't that fun? We can actually go in here and talk about rhythms and talk about lines. I don't even feel like you would talk about the rhythms at the Anaheim 1 aerial track in this game. Like, what are you going to talk about? There ain't nothing to talk about. You're just hitting everything like you're blind as a bat, and you're going to get over it. You're not going to pop off on anything. You're not going, you know what I mean? It's totally different when you get a track like this right here that there's somewhat of skill gap to it, you know? You got to think a little bit when you're fucking hitting stuff. Oh, Spency boy saucing that finish. Whoo, shoo. I got to be able to get on the gas so when I get right out of that corner. Let me see if I can start. You just got to get over that third jump right there. That's the balance to that corner right here. You got to be able to get on the gas enough to get over that last triple, but to cut it way inside, right? That would definitely be the line right there. Let me practice that a little bit. Let me see if I can do that. Maybe a little tough hitting it from there. Fuck. Yeah, I fucked it up. There we go. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be hacks in this game, whether it's like a tire traction hack or a micro speed hack or a whatever. Trust me, dude. It's coming. It's just all in what they do about it, you know? It's all in what they do about it. I would be no chances, no second chances if you key share, if you hack, if you do anything permanent banhammer and you get put on a blacklist in the game. So you're not allowed on any server, you're not allowed on any other racing, anything else in the game if you get caught doing any of that shit just once. That's the way it should be. That's what's fucked up MX Simulator over the years. They weren't that way about it. They gave you second and third chances and fourth chances when you got caught key sharing. They let you back in, and that's the shit show that it's created. So now nobody's even scared to hack or key share or anything on MX Sim. You know, you don't want to build that where everybody thinks they can get away with it, like scot-free. You want to be banhammer heavy on that shit, dude. From the jump. You know what I mean? You want to be... Oh, shit. You want to be... Oh, Spitzy boy with the legendary lines out here. Holy shit. Banhammer those motherfuckers, dude. That's the only way to scare... That's the only way to scare people from doing it. You know what I mean? And that's the goofiest thing ever about MX Sim. Like, all those dudes that got caught key sharing, hacking in the pro racing, whatever... Most of them can still ride in any other server, any other series. People that's literally been caught red-handed doing it are allowed to go race in any other series, anything else in the game. I think they need a perma ban hammer out of the game, period. Like, you basically ban their name. You know what I mean? Obviously, they can go in there and just buy another account, but you ban that name. That's the whole reason why they pro race in the first place, because they want their name out there. But you ban their name out of it, it's going to do some damage, you know what I mean? That's what you got to do. You got to ban their name first time they do something like that. And then it'll scare everybody else that thought about doing it. They won't even do it then, you know? They have got to be very strict on that with MX bikes, or it's going to turn into just like what MX Simulator is. Where fucking nobody knows who's hacking and who's not hacking, and everybody and their grandmother's key sharing, and then it turns into a shitty show. Right? Oh, Spency boy kind of mobbing a little now. Oh, man. Spency boy carrying some speed, bruh. We carrying a little bit of that speed, bruh. There we go, Spence. There we go, buddy. Whoo! But that's one thing I've learned is when it comes to hacking and key sharing and all that in these games, it's not about who's been caught. It's about who hasn't been caught. That's the people you should be worried about. Obviously, the people that get caught red-handed hacking on MXM, yeah, they're going to get banned. But you got to be a fool to get caught doing it in the first place. There's so many ways around that. and ways to not get caught doing that, it's unbelievable. Right? And you go look at the effort that RF is putting into their tracks, like the first 2 rounds this year, and just imagine how much effort they're putting into actually really looking into who could be running a micro hack, who could be key sharing. Doug, all you got to look at is the effort they're putting into the tracks. That should go to show you right there. They ain't really on that shit as far as looking into who could be hacking, who's key sharing and all that. They ain't even close on that. You know what I mean? So that's what worries me a lot for MX bikes. They're going to have to make sure they're on that, And of course, you can't stop every bit of it, but you can certainly do a lot better of a job than RF has done over the years with that. I mean, there's so many dudes that got away with that shit for so many years. It's just unbelievable. And finally, they'll get caught, 3-4 years down the road, and then RF will be like, we'll let you back in a year later, dude. No big deal, dude. No big deal. Oh, man. Dude, I like hitting over that table right there, bruh. I just like that line, dude. But yeah, that's one thing I've learned with this shit. You got to be overly aggressive with the banning for cheating in these games like this. You got to be overly aggressive with it. Overly swinging that ban hammer, or you're going to have too many cockroaches to kill. You know what I mean? Key sharing is whenever you give somebody else your registration key, like on MX Sim. Literally all you got to do, give somebody else your registration key and they can type it in on their MX simulator and they're going to look like they're you. And there's no way to differentiate it. They'll look exactly like they're you in a pro race. They'll have your UID, right? So what happens is if you get one of these kids that, they can't make it to one of the races and they're like in the title hunt, they can share their key with a different dude that's pretty good in the game. He can go in there and ride as the other guy to at least give him a certain amount of points in that one round that he couldn't make it to. You know what I mean? And then you also get that problem of the pros riding for the amateurs to try to get them in there to get their pro license. It turns into a shit show, bro. But it's happening like crazy on MX Sim. Because, you're just not going to get caught unless you run your mouth about it, You're just not going to get caught doing that. Oh, now we saucing it. But I don't know how easy it is to key share like on MX bikes. I would assume that would be a lot more difficult now that they have it on Steam and stuff like that. I would assume that to be a little more difficult there, for sure. But I don't know. Yeah, if RF actually banned all the people that should be banned in the pro class, bare minimum, they would have to ban 50% of the pro class in the game. Bare minimum. So, and you could see why they wouldn't want to do that because they barely even have enough people signing up to run the race in the first place. So you could see why they wouldn't want to go in there and ban everybody that should be banned. Because you would have like 15 people racing in the 450 class, right? So you could see why they wouldn't want to do that, right? It all makes sense, bruh. It's just so easy to be a scam artist on MX Simulator now. It's so easy to do it now. And I don't want to see that happen to MX bikes, right? The only way I know to stop it is you got to be overly aggressive with the ban hammers on anybody that even remotely gets caught doing shit like that. Instantly, permanently banned from everything in the game. No second chances. That's the only way I know to really combat that. Because obviously you're not really going to put a proper anti-cheat in the game with, you know, with these really small communities and stuff like that. Old Bar Squeezy out here making jokes. But it's funny to me how, like, if you've been around the communities of like MX Sim and stuff like that, you know who's fucking doing bullshit. You know who's hacking, who's doing shit like that. It ain't hard to figure out. They just haven't been caught red-handed in an actual pro race yet. You know what I mean? But it's pretty damn obvious who's doing shit. Oh, damn. Yeah, that, you know, I wish there was some kind of IP check for MX Simulator that would completely eliminate key sharing, basically, unless you had somebody literally on your computer, somebody else on your computer writing for you, but that would be pretty fucking rare. That would help out a lot with the key sharing. So it's not just as easy as typing in somebody's registration key, then you're instantly them. You know, that would definitely help. But those are the things I don't know if it's ever going to happen for Sim. And that's the problem. What happens is these organizations like RF, they look at it like, let's just hope that nobody's really doing all this shady shit, right? Let's just hope that everybody's, you know, racing fair and everything like that. We're not going to put any effort into really digging in to try to find everybody that's doing that. But if they get caught red-handed in a pro race, you know, doing a 7 jump in on a rhythm, we'll ban them for that. But other than that, as long as you don't make it obvious, you can get away with it. That's exactly what it is on the pro racing of MX Sim. As long as you don't make it obvious that you're cheating, you can get away with it every time. As long as you don't blab your mouth to people, you know, that's the only times I've really seen people get caught is they told their little buddy they was doing a certain thing, so then RF watched them that next race or whatever. That's the only way they've really got, or they just totally red-handed, you know, don't really give a shit about getting caught doing it, then they get caught, but it's just, man. But there's a lot of hope. Let's hope that all this shady shit's not going on. You can't just base everything off of hope when it comes to a esports series in these games. You can't just hope everybody's going to race, you know, normal and not try to cheat and not, you can't look at it that way. You got to look at it like, okay, there's definitely motherfuckers that's going to try to cheat because of the status that you get from doing good in an RF race. So we need to look at everybody that could be doing that and really keep a close eye on them. They don't do any of that. They don't do any of that. They don't proactively, you know, try to prevent somebody from doing it. It's just if you're like a 5-year-old and you just get stupidly caught red-handed, then you'll get the ban. Oh, looky here. We got one of the cuties in chat right now. That's funny. That is funny, boy. Okay. We dealt with that quick. There we go. Yeah, I'll run a lobby tomorrow on the new track on this shit. All right. Okay. Yeah, one of the dudes that I've seen do a lot of shady shit on MXM. Gotta come in here to my stream. Kind of cute. Ironic. All right, let's go. Let me go back to... Let me do a little Redbud 2000 again, dude. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, when you've been around sim long enough and you've seen all these different names of these dudes that's been through all these shady situations in the game, whether or not they fully got caught or not, there's so many of those names I see in the 450 Pro Racing class now, and it's just like, good God. I've seen those dudes go through so many shady situations on MXM. It's unbelievable. But yet, there they are still racing. It's, you know. All right, let's hold that gas down, bro. How do you back up on MX bikes? Shit, dude. I don't know. Couldn't tell you, bruh. Couldn't tell you, bruh. I tend to not really be too focused on backing up. But the funny part about that shit is a lot of the dudes that are still racing, they have done one of two things. They've either completely tricked their mind into just, you know, pushing all that hacking, cheating, scamming shit somewhere else other than their brain, right? Because they love MX Simulator so much, they love the pro racing so much, they'll act like the cheating in the game is not as big of a deal as it really is. They'll act like it's not as big of a problem as it really is. And the ones that have done shady shit in the game, of course, they're not going to be worried about that because they've done shady shit. You know what I mean? They ain't even worried about somebody key sharing or hacking or whatever because they've already done something like that. You know what I mean? It builds that weird-ass community where everybody's done some sort of shady shit, so then nobody really cares that much about it. You know what I mean? That's what happens with it. Certainly don't want to see that happen to MX bikes, but it will, if this game really starts catching on big time, which it already has to a certain extent, but if it really gets going like that, you know, they're going to have to be careful about that for show. But that's the problem, you know, MX Sim and MX Bikes, they're just such small development teams, such small communities doing it. Of course these games are going to be heavily hacked. Of course they're going to be heavily, you know what I mean? Because there's no defense. There's nothing really stopping you. So it's definitely a real problem in these games. But let's just pretend like it's not, right? Yeah, I always just hard reset in this game. If I'm needing to back up, I just do a full reset. I mean, let me just give you an example right here. I can't think of an easier game to hack than MX Simulator. I can't think of an easier game to get away with cheating on than MX Simulator. I literally can't. It's just there's 101 different ways to scam the game without getting caught. You know what I mean? It's just too easy to do it. Too easy to do it, bro. Oh, yeah, we got to jump that quad right there, bro. We got to jump that quad, bro. Oh, shit. Oh, you know we got that T on deck, baby. We got that T on deck, baby. Yeah, you know, and this is the thing about it, you know, there's a lot of hackers in PUBG, there's a lot of hackers in Warzone, but you got to understand that's not in a pro esports arena, you know what I'm saying? Like, if there was just a bunch of people randomly hacking, like, the, you know, random online servers of MX Simulator and shit like that, it wouldn't be as big of a deal, but the problem is it's happening inside of the pro racing of that game. That's the problem, you know? Like, whereas, like, if you had a real-life Call of Duty championship or whatever, they're all hooked up LAN. They're all actually there in real life. Kind of hard to key share when you got to be sitting there in real life playing the game, you know? That solves a lot of that issue when you have actual real-life LAN esports, you know, championships and stuff like that. But that's never going to happen for Sim. So, oh, you can hold that gas down fourth, dude. Fourth gear tap, bro. Dude says, give us an example of a cheat on MX Simulator that makes you good. Well, you do realize they've hacked every aspect of that game, right? So you've got, like, floating hacks, which gives you, like, bounces you up in the air for longer. Okay, that was a big one for a while on MX Sim. It allowed you to bounce, jump up over stuff. You glide over the whoops like you weren't even really hitting whoops. That was a big one at first. That's the main one that I've seen, but there is definitely speed hacks. You know what I mean? There definitely is. Nobody's going to be obvious with it, right? They're going to have it where it's just giving you just a little bit of speed, extra speed. Not enough to get noticed. Because, again, if you do enough of a hack to get noticed, you're just going to get banned. So, of course, you're not going to see a lot of that. You know what I mean? But even still with that, there's been a lot of stuff, hacks and shit, where people have just been caught doing it because it was so obvious. But that's not really the problem. The problem is the people running hacks that aren't obvious. That's the problem, bruh. That's what nobody seems to talk much about. But that's the shit that kills right there, because then those people will never get caught. They'll never get figured out. And they'll go in there and fuck up the history books of the game forever. So, that's what you get. You gotta love the dudes pro racing still on Sim that'll come in here and say stuff like, literally every single person is hacking on MX Simulator. Every single person. Every single pro racer is hacking. As if I was even saying that in the first place, but you gotta love that irony there. See, they get upset when I point out this detrimental flaw to the pro racing of MX Simulator right now, so then they gotta try to save their ass. You know? It's very comedic, dog. Very comedic. Any pro racer in the game, you should be vouching for people getting banned, more so getting banned for key sharing and all these other things. You should be vouching for that. You shouldn't be saying things like, you know, trying to make fun out of me saying there's hacks in the game. You see what I'm saying? Boy, it kind of sounds like you ran a little hack in the game, didn't it? Funny. You know, anybody racing legit in these games, they're going to be doing everything they can to get more and more people exposed for hacking, more and more people banned for key sharing. But if they're on the other side of that coin, like they act like key sharing is not a big deal, you know, oh, Spencer just acts like there's all these hacks in the game and there really isn't, that should go to tell you something right there, Bubba. Throwing it nasty. Whoa, Spency boy. Hell yeah. But I've totally given up as far as talking about, you know, who's done shady shit on sim and who's fixed races on sim. I don't give a fuck anymore because I'm not even in it anymore. That's a big reason why I left it. So, okay, RF, I'll leave it up to, you know, whatever the fuck you want to do. I really don't care anymore. Oh, that whip daddy, baby. That whip daddy, baby. But that's the worst mindset you can ever have when it comes to cheating in a game like MX Bikes or MXM. The worst thing you can ever think is, well, it's probably not that bad, or well, there's probably not that many people doing it. That's the worst mindset you could ever have. Because then all them dudes skating right under that radar, they're just going to get right away with it every time. If you have that kind of mindset about it, right? And it takes work. That's the thing. That's why RF don't really fuck with it, because it takes work to go in there and really dig into who's doing what and who could be doing this and who could be cheating like that, you know? That takes work. That takes extra man hours. That takes, you know, involvement and really looking into it. Then you got to ban all these guys. Then you're not even going to fill up a gate anymore in your pro racing. So you could see why RF wouldn't do that at this point, right? It's fucked from 300 directions, man. Oh, that rut's getting built up, baby. There we go. Fancy boy about to get on one. Yeah, then you get into that, well, everyone else is doing it, so... Yeah, I think there's a lot of guys played into that on sim. Because all their buddies are getting away with something, so then they'll do something. I just don't... I mean... I've been one of those kind of guys, any sort of cheating would just take away the entire fun of it. It would take away the entire point of it, you know? But for some immature folk out there, it's more about, oh, I can show to my buddies that I did really good in an RF race, so I think I'm a god, so I'll do anything to get it, right? They don't give a shit about, you know, whether or not it felt good because they won without cheating. They don't care about that, dude. That's a pretty fun little track right here, boys. 12:45. Man, I just have fun on that Supercross track, dude. Have a lot of fun on this Oakland, man. Let's try it in the rain, dude. Can I even... Surely I can do that. Let's get a little rain vibe. Rainy. She's getting a little rainy out here. Shit, I thought I'd be able to put this on 69. Damn. That could have been cool. Well, fuck it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, that's good. No wind. Yeah, old Cooper Webb, man. They said he was sick in that last race. I'm not sure what's going on with Webb now. Yeah, dude, I'll be opening up a public server in this game tomorrow on that new track. I got to get that new OEM pack, man, before I start up a server here. Oh, that mud's gonna make it tricky, boy. Let's see if we can get around this shit in the mud. Instantly, like, twice as much lag. I can feel that. We got the mud turned on. Let me reset the deformation real quick. Reset, bruh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that new OEM pack, big dog. New OEM pack, bro. What was actually changed on that? I don't know. Is the Yamaha still pretty much the same? I know they did something like to the Cowie, pretty sure 450, but I don't know what all else was done with it. Whoa, shit, bike sliding in the mud, baby. Yeah, dude, that's so funny. That should be your number one red flag. Anybody that's pro racing in MX bikes or MX Sim and you start bringing up hacking and they want to try to play it off like it's not really going on, don't worry about that. That's not a big deal, you know? That's a red flag right there. They should be worried about it. They should be talking about it. They should want more ban hammers and people, you know, getting caught key sharing, actually getting banned the first time. They should be advocating for all that. If they're participating in the pro racing and doing it legitly, you know what I'm saying, bruh? So, that's your red flag right there. Can I still hit this? Fuck, that's gonna be tough in the mud. All the bikes basically the same. Cowie's a little different. Okay. Yeah, as long as the Yammy's still basically the same, then I'm good, bruh. See if we can hit this in the mud. Fuck. That's a... Oof. That's a lot tougher in the mud, dude. Pretty cool if they could just turn this setting on, though, if... But they're still doing the pro racing before the real life race, so they're not going to know whether or not the real life was a mudder or not. I would love to see that in these series. That's what sucks about them making the tracks before the real life race. You can't tell the conditions, you know? You can sit there and look at a track map all you want, but doesn't mean you're going to be able to see the conditions of the track. Shit. Not going to be able to hit that table on off, I don't think. Not in the mud. This triple's going to be Mac Daddy in the mud. Whew. I'm going to have to jump over that first table over there. Oh my God, that's tough. We got that mud mode on, baby. Makes the whoops a little more tricky. Oof. Oh. What's up, PSU? Yeah, I don't really sit in this game. Just like on MX Sim, I don't sit unless I'm really trying to seat bounce. And it's funny because people used to tell me that, like, back when I was first figuring out MX Sim, you know, they'd say, sit down in the corners, bro. Do all this in the corner. I didn't listen to that, and I still got wicked fast in that game. So it's, you know, there's so many different ways to play these games. You got to be careful when you start, like, telling somebody, like, you need to do this technique or you need to do that technique, because I'm telling you right now, there's more than one way to do it. You know what I mean? When you get games like this where there's so many different setup options and movement options and stuff like that, there's 101 different ways to do it. All right, let's get back on the normal version of this track. That mud mode's fun for a minute. One big thing that's kind of prevented me from sitting down much in either one of these games is because that's just an extra thing you have to think of. You know, your brain's already thinking about your leaning and your shifting and the jump you're hitting and the corner you're hitting and how you're hitting it and your brakes and everything like that. You start worrying about, you know, sitting down in every corner, then that's just an extra thing to have to think about. Right? I'm not saying you can't use that technique or, you know, that technique's not making you faster or whatever. I'm just saying it is something extra to have to think about. That's one thing I've learned with these simulators. The less and the less you have to think about, the faster and the faster you're going to go, because you're going to be thinking about getting on that gas quicker out of the corner. You're going to be thinking about steering more versus, oh, did I sit down in the corner or not, right? So there's kind of a balance act to that right there. But that's personally why I don't really sit much on sim or MX bikes. Oh, shit. Let me pop off real quick. And, you know, I haven't really got super deep into MX bikes. Maybe one day I'll sit more in the game, but as of right now, I just don't really care to. But we'll see down the road. Oof. Gotta hit that triple perf. Gotta hit it perf, bruh. Ooh, that's tricky jumping that middle jump when you fuck up that rhythm. Ah, yeah, dog. You gotta love these triple ends that actually make you pucker up a little bit. And you know, when you really think about it, like if you watch James Stewart on a Supercross track, he ain't really sitting a whole lot. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, if you really want to sit down and think about it, no pun intended, a lot of you real fast guys in real life, they do not sit down a whole lot. It's like you don't even have time to. If you're going really fucking fast, you really don't even have time to sit down. And it's different if you're like an amateur dude in real life, because you're going to be sitting your ass on that seat quite a bit more than like, I feel like dudes like James Stewart, they kind of hover like right there where they're not fully sitting down, but they're like right at that almost sitting down point. You know what I mean? They kind of hover right there. But I mean, obviously they do get down in the corners a little bit, but it's just different in a video game too. We on a faux fatty right here, boy. Faux fatty, bro. Bro, you can just run unlimited laps on this track. Swear to God. Unlimited, bruh. Boys, I appreciate you tuning in to a Spency Boy stream. This one's been a fun one right here. Like I say, I'm going to go download that San Diego track for bikes. I'm going to get on it tomorrow with the new OEM pack, try to run a server with it. So be sure you got the all notifications bell hit for the channel. And so you get that notification for tomorrow's stream. I always think I don't have to get on the gas as much on that second jump of that rhythm. I don't know why I always let off just a little right there. I need to be just full throttle. Totally different when you got the mud turned on here. Yeah, dude says, do I have any problem tucking the front end when standing? I mean, yeah, it happens some, but you can adjust your leaning to the point where it kind of makes up for that. You know, you can do certain things that will make up for that, right? But it's just like on sim, you know, there's some people that are die hard. They believe in sitting down in every corner. You know, they're like die hard. They think that's like a big thing to that game. And I'm telling you right now, I do not sit in that game. And I've got plenty good of a track record of doing decently in pro racing in that game. So that right there ought to go to show you it ain't necessarily the same for everybody. You know what I mean? Just because one guy thinks it makes him a lot faster sitting in every corner doesn't mean that's the only way you can get around a track fast. You know? Boy, I got to get more seat time on this game. Damn. We got to get more seat time, bruh. Ooh. The fuck? I'm coming up short on that now. All right. Oh, shit. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys they'll sit on sim like only in a super flat corner. I know a lot of guys like that on sim. They won't sit like in a normal corner, but if it's glass ass flat, they'll sit just in those kind of corners. You know, there's some people sit in every corner. Some people sit in just the flat corner. Some people don't sit at all. I just think it's all in what kind of technique you're wanting to go for, you know? It's all in how you want to play the game. That's what makes these, you know, more simulator element type dirt bike games so cool, is they give you so many options setup-wise that you can get that bike to do so many different things. You know what I mean? So then it opens up that door for kind of certain kind of players to play it like this, certain players to play it like that, and still go really fast, right? Even with like stability and advanced stability and all that, there's dudes that think my shit on MX Sim is just like unrideable. Like that's just stupid. How could you even ride with that? But yet I still make it work. You know what I mean? So it's just, you get to a point where you realize that about these games. You get to a certain understanding point of it, and you realize you can go fast in so many different ways. It's just all in how you want to do it, you know, how you want to come up with a certain setup or a certain way that you control the bike and stuff like that. That's a really big misconception in these games. Everybody thinks there's just one way to do it, you know. Everybody will see some pro in the game and they'll think, well, yeah, that's the only way to go fast in the game. No, it's not. No, it's not. There's many other ways. Many, many, many. So my front end tried to tuck right there because I got on the brakes. Shit, you gotta jump right down in that transition. Yeah, and there's like so many different things I've changed on MX Sim over the years. It's just unbelievable. You know, people will ask for my setup on MX Sim and shit, and it's like, dog, which one do you want? The literally like 100 different variations of shit that I've ran? You know? It ain't like it ain't like I plugged in this magical setup and boom, I was fast at MX Sim and that's just what I've ran forever. That is so far from what it has been, you know? All right, let's try to put down a little bit of a lap here. You can still carry quite a bit of speed. I just realized that in that corner. Let me reset the deformation here. You can get pretty good speed in that corner on that table if you land on the back wheel a little bit on that table. It kind of, you know, jumps you forward versus losing that much momentum on top of the table. But that's why you got to be real careful when you first get into these games, and you're going to have everybody and their grandmother trying to tell you how to play it. You know, you got to be so careful doing that. One of the things I'm so thankful for is the fact that I didn't listen to people on MXM. I just did it my own way. I figured it out on my own, and now I've got a setup that is based around me. You know, it's not based around what somebody else has done in the game or what somebody else thinks that's fast in the game. It's based around how I've learned the game and how I've figured the game out over time, and it, you know, it plays into my gearing, and then it plays into all these other things. Let's see if I can... that'd be tough to jump. There ain't no fucking way you're quadding that last part of that. The reason why I'm really trying to reset this deformation a bunch here is because it's causing a little bit of lag when I'm streaming this. So typically I wouldn't really give a shit about it, but like keeping it on there, but it is causing a little bit of lag here. Boys, I appreciate you tuning in to another stream. We're going to get a lot more of these MX Bikes multiplayer streams going. I know this one wasn't really multiplayer right here. I didn't realize I had to have that new OEM pack. That was my bad. We'll get that for the next one, though. So if you land a little on the back right there, you can kind of just jump right into that. Can I hit a bigger... Oh, that would be tough. That would be tough titties, dude. What's up, Kyle? What's up, big dog? Yeah, well, at least with MX Sim, yeah, everybody and their grandma thinks you can just plug in a pro setup and be a god tier dude like in one day. No, the whole thing with MX Sim is those pro setups, like, they're built for going fast. You know what I mean? And with the suspension and everything, it's built to go fast, not go slow. You know what I mean? That's why in real life, like if you put a beginner on one of those pro Supercross bike suspension, they're going to feel like it's like too stiff and it's bouncing them all over the place. And it's because you have to get that skill from playing the game so much over time that you've then adjusted your setup to the point to where it feels good going fast, but it doesn't feel good going slow. There's always a trade-off. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to setups and shit in these games. It's either you're going to make it feel better going faster, and then it's going to feel worse going slower, or you're going to make a setup that feels good going slow, but not going fast, or you're going to make a setup that feels good going like that mid-speed range, but not necessarily feel the best going super fast or super slow. You know, boy, I'm spitting too much truth now, dog. There's always a trade-off. With anything you do setup-wise, there is always a trade-off. And you have to build it around your current speed level and skill level in the game and work it up over time, make it looser and looser and looser over time, and then you kind of build that up, you know? That is such an important thing. Such an important thing. I think I can jump. What the fuck am I doing right here? I think I can jump that a little further in. Let me see. Hang on just a second. Let me see here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got to quad ski into that. Hang on. Spency boy gonna figure it out. Hang on now. We go like third. Definitely hit it from the fucking other part of that. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I knew there was something bigger there that I wasn't doing. I was like, what the fuck? Let me go around to the corner here. Actually hit it from the corner. So you'd hit it from the inside. Or you could go way outside right there, but I still think you should be able to get speed right here. Damn, that makes it tough, though. Whoo! Yeah, even on MX Sim, your actual suspension settings, like the suspension itself, I'm not talking about rider mass distribution, I'm not talking about stability, I'm not talking about those vertical horizontal springs, but as far as just your suspension itself, that is a very little part to it. That's like a fine-tuning part, you know? Your suspension is not actually affecting like how loose or stiff the bike really is. Your setup is, but not your suspension. You know, that's two different things. I feel like people get those two things kind of confused. Of course, you know, when you say setup, you could be talking about both things, but fuck, that quad's tough to hit on that inside. Damn, I might have to be on the beans. But like, you know, if you don't, you could have the best quote-unquote suspension in the world, but if all that other stuff is not set up right, you're going to be dog shit. Whereas, like, if you have stock suspension, but you got really good everything else, you're going to get around a track pretty good. You know what I mean? Because that's your actual movement. That's your actual how loose the bike is and how it reacts when you're steering and moving. Your suspension is it's so much smaller of a part than people think. Because everybody's so used to playing shit like reflex and stuff where your suspension is so much bigger of a deal. Like that's you know, you're adjusting, that's all you really can adjust on reflex other than your tires and your like, you know, your speed, your acceleration to speed shit. Damn, I'm having trouble hitting that from the... I could hit it off the start straight, but having trouble hitting it off of that corner in the back. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, damn. Yeah, we got it. Oh, shit. Yeah, let me go outside. Can you fucking jump that from the outside? No, no way, bro. No way, bro. I don't believe it, bro. I don't believe it, bro. No. Ugh. Maybe? Probably not. Maybe. I certainly can't hit that on the outside. Yeah, I'm sure most of the boys are getting geared up to get on that new track now. But like I say, we'll be doing a stream on that tomorrow. So that'll be after the MX Bikes Pro race. So far I can cut this inside. Ugh. That's the thing I'm a little slower at in this game right now. Really cutting those corners super far inside. Got to land right down in that transition. What's up, boys? Just tuning in. Spency boy out here goofing. We straight goofing. Love this jump right here, though. Damn. That's one of the funnest jumps I've ever hit in this game. Oh, Spency boy saucing it. Spency boy saucing it. Kind of tough to keep the bike on the track when you whip it that far on that jump. Yeah, these whoops would have been so much more fun had you been able to get just a little more speed into them, you know? See, what makes these whoops tricky is you can actually go so fast that you skip completely over like the first 4 or 5, right? So it kind of makes them challenging in that sense because you can get so much more speed in this 180 right here. I mean, if you really railed this corner, you could haul ass through those whoops. Oh, yeah, you got to love on the... yeah, when your bike ghost rides for like 420 hours and you can't reset, it's kind of fun. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know TKO Smokey posted something about that on his Insta, and it cracked me up because I was like, yeah, I think we've all been through that. But yeah, I'm very interested to see how the cheating situation goes down on MX bikes now that more people are getting into the pro racing. You know, it's starting to mean more to actually win a aerial, you know, race in the game and shit like that. And see, it's got to mean something before you really start getting that amount of hackers and cheaters and scammers and shit like that. It's got to really fucking mean something before people are really going to start doing that in it. So I don't even think MX Bikes has really gotten to that point yet, or they would have much of that problem yet, but it's getting there. You know, it is getting there. Oh, boy, if you barely mess up in that corner, you might as well let off because you ain't hitting that, boy. That's so much fun, dude. Love it, dude. Oh, there we go. Spency boy just had to lean a little more. Dude, I just want to throw whips right now, dude. If I can do it here. There we fucking go. There we go. Yeah, I'm not really trying to stay, like on that other whoop section, that smaller whoop section, I'm not trying to stay on top of them. You know, you get going so fast that the goal is not to stay on top anymore. You're actually trying to jump over the first, like, 3 or 4 because you're just going so much faster, you know what I'm saying? But maybe in that section... I'd have to figure it out. I've not really tried to hit it super hard like that. Let me see here. Yeah, I guess you do kind of skim on those either way a little bit. But like I know on MX Sim, if you really get to hauling ass into a whoop section, most whoop sections in that game, you're going to jump kind of, at least your front end's going to jump totally over the first like 3 or 4. Because you're just going so fast. Whoops. Let me hit the tough block. Yeah, there already is a new OEM pack for this game. I just don't have it downloaded, big dog. It don't have her downloaded, bro. Yeah, if you lean back just ever so slightly on those whoops, you'll glide right over them, bruh. Glide right over them, bruh. Can you quad into this? Ugh, I don't know if you get on the brakes at that point if you did. That is tricky jumping over that table. Dude asked what's the new OEM called? I have no idea. You probably find it on MX Bikes mods and shit like that. Probably shouldn't be too hard to find, or the forums. Try to whip. That jump's pretty tough to whip on right there because you're just full on the beans all the way up. This one's easier to whip. But like that whoop section right there, you might as well just go as slow as you need to stay on top of all of them because you can't go fast enough really to... On that longer set, you can't go fast enough on them to really not want to glide over every one of them, you know? It's all about how much speed you can get into a whoop section, man. It totally changes how you hit it, or how you could potentially hit it. Let's see if I can cut this up the inside a little more. There we go. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Then I got to hit that a little better out of that jump. The more and more inside I can cut that, it's just going to be faster. Kind of giving up on the quad anywhere right here. You can carry some speed around here. There ain't no doubt about that. Foot. What up, SK? What up, dog? Let me reset this deformation. Yeah, I pretty much only go to MX Bikes mods now because it's so good. Good old MX Sim, though, doesn't have shit even close to that. It's kind of funny. Ah, yeah, dude. Whoops, overjumped it. Yeah, go check out TKO Smokey's YouTube channel, man. He's trying to grow his shit up. Go help the brother out. Go help him out. He's supported me big time. He sent me like, fuck, I think it was like $100 in donations one day in a stream, so he's big dog status. And he's been a member of the channel forever. Take a look at the memberships, boys. Go hit that join button. $4.99 a month, like a sub on Twitch. I'm trying to get those built up a little bit. It's a way to help out the old Spency boy. If you want to, you know, spend the money what it would cost to buy a taco every month to help support the boy, I'd appreciate you. All right. I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing on this track right now. I'm just, dude, you know a track is good when you can sit here and just fuck around on it, you know? You know a track is good when you can, let me try to hit that whoop section like this. Let me try to throw a whip on that jump, you know? Let me try to do this on that. That's how you know it's got the sauce, man. Shit. The more inside I hit that corner before, I don't have as much momentum then for getting on top of that tabletop. Yeah, we got those custom emotes right there, boys. And it puts a little alien badge beside your name when you become a member as well. That also does that for the YouTube comments that you leave too. It doesn't just do it in the streams. Why do I keep whipping on that? Oh, that's funny, dude. That is funny, bruh. But I get it, you know, I get some dude's hesitation to become a member of the channel right now because all the shit I went through past couple years where I was trying to get where I could actually do this again. So I think people are a little hesitant thinking I'm going to just disappear again for like 2 or 3 months, but that's not going to happen, bruh. It's not going to happen, bruh. We got that real life dialed in right now, dude. I've not missed a beat this month yet. We have uploaded a video or streamed every single day this month so far. So, we've been on it. There ain't no doubt about that. That's how you got to do YouTube, man. You just got to keep building. Keep building. Keep doing it. Keep on it. Keep on the gas. You know what I mean? YouTube is one of those things you just got to keep working hard and then it comes to you. You know, you can't expect like major success overnight. You just got to stay on that grind. I've been hustling all day. You know what I mean? You got to stay on it, and then the magic starts to happen after you do that. You're like, wow, now I've got this many subs. Now I've got this many members. Wow, this shit's too easy, bro. Oh, wait, that happened because I was actually working hard. Oh, that's funny, dude. Right? Kind of funny how that happens. All right, boys, that's about it for this stream right here. I'm sure most of the boys are on that new track now. I'm going to go get that downloaded. I'm going to go get the new OEM pack. Be looking for that stream tomorrow. We're going to get on the new San Diego track multiplayer. But yeah, dogs, appreciate you tuning in for this one. We will be back tomorrow. We're gonna start streaming like a madman, dude. You're not even ready yet, dude. I'm telling you, bro.